Hello, all you beautiful souls. Jules here, and happy, what else is it? Wednesday a.m. Tomorrow's trash day for me. But we're going to be talking about the I Ching tonight. And the I Ching is the book of changes. It goes hand in hand with our human design. And it serves as like the owner's manual or the structural graph to the body graph. And while the body graph shows you where your energy switches are and located, the I Ching actually provides the deep, in-depth breakdown of the archetype meanings and what those switches actually do. So there is a direct correspondence to the 64 gates and the 64 hexagrams of the I Ching. So the archetypal language is each hexagram functions as a symbolic unit of information that describes a universal pattern of energy or a specific human experience. The planetary imprinting is your unique design, and it is determined by where the planets were at your birth. For example, if the sun was in a specific degree of a zodiac sign, it activates a corresponding I Ching in your chart. The biological links are profound insights of the human design, numerical parallel between the 64 I Ching and the 64 codons of your human DNA. So this suggests that the ancient hexagrams are actually a symbolic language of our genetic code. So each hexagram of the I Ching is built of 6 lines that directly translate to the lines in your human design profile. So there's yin and yang, and these lines are either solid, which is going to be the yang masculine energy, or they're going to be broken, which is the yin feminine energy. And then there are trigrams. What are trigrams? So a hexagram is divided into 2 trigrams, and they're 3 lines each. The lower trigrams, which is lines 1 to 3, represent personal, internal processes, and the upper trigram, which is lines 4 to 6, are going to be representing your transpersonal, interactive energy with the outside world. And then there is a numerological profile or a numerical profile, and the number after the decimal in your chart, example, gate 10.3, it refers to the specific line of the I Ching hexagram, which adds a specific flavor or nuance to how that energy is expressed. So to explore the meanings of your activated gates, you can use the traditional I Ching text, or you can use the human design specific guides. There's paragraphs usually after your chart is made up so that you can understand it. But if you get into the I Ching, it actually breaks it down, because this is what the human design chart was based off, with your astrological horoscope, astrology, birth chart. They go hand in hand, and it's like a gift. These are gifts to us. Some people don't believe in them, but they are ancient texts in ancient systems that have been used throughout the centuries to help understand our mind and our body, how the energy flows, how it gets blocked, how we have traumas and learned ways that essentially create these blocks, and how we can get them unstuck, how we can open our minds so that we can see what's actually going on the inside, and why things may not be working the way we want them to is because we're probably pushing against our design. So I'm going to show you a graph here really quick so you can see how the I Ching works throughout the human design system. And I'm just going to talk about it briefly because it's essentially all the chakras coming in. So if you can imagine, like the elementals, you have the arrows, they all come down. And I'll show you an example. So like this ring, I'll zoom in. The elemental ring made with labradorite, you can see the arrows, the center. This is similar to the I Ching in the human design body. So right here, essentially, you have a hexagram or energy center, and this is at your crown chakra. And what everything up here is inspiration. This is all inspiration. Then, right below, essentially right here, you have your ajna. And the ajna is essentially your ideas, and it's also communication. Then as we move down through the chakras, you have your throat chakra right here, right at the base, and this is communication as well. It can be motivation. It all stems from the throat right here. And then below your throat, you're gonna have the G center. This hexagram right here is called the G center, and this is about love and direction. It can be also motivation. We get motivated when we're in love and happy, and all the feels come from here as well. And then coming to the side, so over here comes out of the G center, and that is the ego. And we all know what the ego is. It's that conscious mind, that voice inside our head that is always criticizing and telling us what we can and can't do. It's essentially us. It's all our fears and all our doubts, the ego. And then if we're coming out and down about right here, we have the spleen, and this is your instinct. And then we're moving to the center from the spleen, right below the G center is your sacral. And we've talked about the sacral, the manifestors and the manifesting generators. You're getting your gut instincts right here from your sacral. And then coming out to the sacral to the other side is going to be your solar plexus. And the solar plexus is emotions. And then we're going to move on down. So coming below the sacral, right about here, we're moving down to our root. And the root is about pleasure as well. And it can be decisions. It's your stability. It's also pressure and desires are coming from the root, all coming through your I Ching chakra human design system. So I'll show a little graph here, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the I Ching tomorrow because it really ties in the chakras. So much love and light as always. So this is one of the diagrams of the I Ching, and you can see it has the sun, water, mountain, earth, thunder, li, tui, jian. And it also is heaven, wind, qian, qion, chen, fire, and lake. And you'll see the horizontal lines, and we'll be going over these tomorrow so you can have a little bit of a better understanding. And we'll also get into the flow of the chakra systems, which I talked about, the sacral, solar, ajna, crown, and roots. So much love and light. Super cool necklace, if you guys have not already. This is from Lake Tahoe. The redwood beads were purchased out there in a shop. And I also purchased this at a crystal shop in Lake Tahoe. And it will come with a free actual real arrowhead that was carved by the Washoe Indians. They actually have a place where you can walk around to see where the first settlers came and then how it was taken over by the Englishmen who built structures. And it's really neat. I actually have a lot of videos if you guys would like to see them. It's really, really cool. But yeah, this piece is available. It is a dyed blue agate. Doesn't make it any less beautiful. But yeah, and I really like the fact that these are actual redwood trees that we're wearing, the massive trees. So yeah, this is available. I made it for Earth Day, and I also have another really cool piece coming tomorrow for you guys for Earth Day. So this is the land where I toured with my mom, and we walked the original Washoe land, and it was taken over by the white settlers that turned it into a vacation rental place. So all these buildings they built for the people to come stay as vacationers and took over. It's kind of sad, but the land is just so beautiful. It's right near the beach in the mountains, the Sierras, so I got to really explore and see and feel into the land where the natives originally settled and came to the Americas. So if you feel in tune with the Washoe, the symbolism of the arrowheads, and Lake Tahoe, this necklace is for you. So much love and light, and thank you guys for joining me.